The Chargers do need to turn to the air here. Cam Newton gonna get a little bit of time. He's gonna take off Cam Newton. Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the director. I recently did this Tyrod Taylor simulation video, had a lot of fun with it, so we're gonna ride that feeling into some more franchise video, simulation videos. I wanna make it more like cinematic, more of a game kind of experience for his Chargers fans. And I think it's gonna be a good way, a good format to do that. Now, my last simulation video was more of me picking teams that were actually playing in 2020. A little bit harder to do that in franchise mode, so we're just gonna do a full franchise season of what the director would do with the Chargers in 2020. So with that, let's get into the team right here. Very standard. I went and downloaded a roster. It was a little inaccurate, so I decided to fiddle around with it. It took me a while to fiddle around with it, actually, and we finally got it to a point where I feel pretty comfortable with what we have right now. Tyrod Taylor, quarterback 1. We do need to sign a wide receiver 3 and a left tackle. We do have this new monster 6'8" target, tight end, Aaron Jr. coming in from the XFL. I put him in at tight end too to get him a little bit more playing time, and then Virgil Green at fullback because we don't have a fullback on the roster right now. Defense. This is where things get a little bit fun too. I know Rashawn Jenkins is there as well, but I do want Nasir Adderley to be our number 1. I don't know why there's not talk of him playing, deep safety for the Chargers in real life. He should get a chance. A second round pick last season. Let's give him the go. We've got new acquisitions. Nick Vigil at outside linebacker. Chris Harris Jr. at cornerback 2 with Casey Hayward, Desmond King. It's going to be a nasty defensive backcourt. And then Linval Joseph at defensive tackle 1. Honestly, this defense looks absolutely nasty. But we still do have some holes on the team, so why don't we go take a look at the free agents here? What would the director do? What would I do? Just personally, me as a Chargers fan, my opinion, we're having fun out here. Nobody go getting mad about it. This is a for fun video for the Chargers in 2020. Some pretty good names still on the board. Jadeveon Clowney, we don't really need him. Travis Frederick, maybe, but we do have Pouncey. What am I looking to do? Well, first off, Jason Peters does catch my eye, but we do need a quarterback. Honestly, I am okay with Tyrod Taylor. This is outside the realm of what I think the Chargers should do in real life, more of what I would do as a fan. So with that being said, I think you guys know where I'm going with this. We need a quarterback. We're going to take the best one out there in free agency. Some guys do like Jameis Winston. I don't. I'm a Cam Newton fan. I would love to have him on the team. I think it would bring a lot of star power to LA. And honestly, his ceiling is much higher than Tyrod Taylor in my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Cam Newton to lead the charge out there in this simulation. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. We're going to sign him for 1 year here. So Cam Newton's going to be our new quarterback 1. Let's actually get back into free agency. We do need a couple more pieces. I think very crucially, we need another wide receiver. And you know what? I'm looking for someone to play outside. I want to put Keenan Allen in the slot. I think he plays very, very well in that position. So I'm going to look for somebody who can play outside. And honestly, I really do like Taylor Gabriel, man. Look at this, 94 speed, can play the outside, so he'll play opposite Mike Williams with Keenan Allen in the slot. Only 5'7", but man, can this guy stretch the field. So welcome to the squad, Taylor Gabriel. And lastly, we do need a left tackle, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up Jason Peters on a 1-year deal. Should be a little more expensive at the same time. I think we've got a pretty complete team, without spending crazy amount of money, in Madden currency or whatever. So taking a look at the roster now with these holes plugged on offense, we got Cam Newton at quarterback 1, backed up by Tyrod Taylor. So if something does happen to Cam Newton, still go back to Tyrod Taylor and feel pretty good about ourselves. And then this offensive line. I mean, I only made one move in Madden right here, right? Look at this offensive line, dude. Like, even before that, we were looking pretty nasty. And then with Jason Peters, I'm like, my God, would that look so nasty. And Hunter Henry at tight end. Again, on defense, this will be the final look right here. I don't think we need to sign anybody else. Let's get into our first week's opponent, guys. I'm pretty excited with how I'm going to be formatting these games. A little bit different than you're probably used to in simulation videos, especially from me. This is the first time I'm doing something quite like this. So with that, let's get into our first game, week 1 versus the Indianapolis Colts. This is how it's going to work, man. We're going to hit these moments. I'm going to go through cinematic reveals on these moments, okay, just to help compress the videos so they're not forever long, because I don't have the attention span for a full hour video. You guys will see how this will work here in just a second. I'm super excited. Week 1 of the Chargers simulation video. Former quarterback of the LA Chargers, Phillip Rivers, now on a new team, the Indianapolis Colts, where he'll face off in this revenge game out in Los Angeles. The Chargers with a new quarterback of their own, Cam Newton, come to this game. with his first chance to start for the Bolts. Absolutely so much to prove on this first game for both teams. Let's see how it shakes out. It's gonna be so tough seeing Philip Rivers in a different uniform. So here we go, guys. It's the only time I'm going to explain it. We're gonna hit play moment. This is how this whole video, this whole series is gonna work. We're gonna hit player sim, and we're gonna change the speed to slow while also going to change of possession so we can get kind of the full immersive feel of what this sim's gonna look like as close to real football as possible. Jumping into this game, 3rd and 3 for the Indianapolis Colts. Philip Rivers driving. Can he convert on this 3rd down with poise? He's gonna hit 25. Marlon Mack. No, it's gonna be dropped. Derwin James out in coverage, able to force the stop and force the punt. The Chargers are going to get their first chance on offense with Cam Newton here shortly. The Colts lining up to punt. It's a fake. The Colts are going to pass deep, and it's going to be incomplete. Trying to pull a fast one on the Chargers. It's not going to work. The Chargers defense all over it. Absolutely incredible. The special teams unit, I should say. Great starting position for the Chargers here on their first offensive drive. Cam Newton now taking the field. Number 1 for the Chargers, picked up this past offseason via free agency. His first chance here on offense. 2nd and 5, Cam Newton pitches it to Austin Eckler. There's too many defenders, and we're going to be driven back. It's going to be a 3rd and long. Cam Newton needs to get it together. 3rd and 5. I guess he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Come on, Cam Newton. Here comes Austin Eckler, absolutely stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. And it's going to look like our first offensive drive isn't going to go very far. Honestly, not quite sure what we were thinking there with the draw play on 3rd and 5. Darius Leonard absolutely all over Austin Eckler. We're going to have to punt it right back to Philip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts. Rivers back on offense, relying on that ground game once again. Marlon Mack had himself a pretty nice season last year. Can he repeat? Obviously need to avoid injury. It's going to be a 4th and 1. It's going to be punted right away back to the Chargers. So far, a deadlock on defense for both teams. Austin Eckler gets the look once again, picking up a couple of short yards. The Chargers really need to try and get their passing game up to par because right now it's not looking too good with Cam Newton out there under center. 1st and 10 for the Chargers, 2-yard reception for Jack Doyle, slowly moving the ball. Jack Doyle once again picking up the first down, close to the first down, 3rd and inches, moving into the 2nd quarter this time, 2nd and 3. A 15-yard gain by Marlon Mack through the air. Philip Rivers is now starting to catch a little bit of heat. We're going to go into this moment for Chargers on defense. Philip Rivers really close to hitting pay dirt for the first time this game, and Pascal's going to get driven backwards. So far, so good. Casey Hayward with the stop right there. Tackle for a loss. The Chargers really need to figure something out here on defense, man. Stop the screen game, stop the run game. Marlon Mack being a dual threat at halfback. Need to figure out a way to contain all of those units of their offense. Honestly, the Colts looking a lot better than I thought they would. Philip Rivers may be the missing piece of this team, at least for this season. 2nd and 12, Philip Rivers takes the snap. Looking. He's going to hit underneath once again. I think his tight end is going to be stopped short. 3rd and 7, 3:55 left in the quarter. Philip Rivers looking. He's going to hit his target, Jack Doyle, and he's going to get in for the first score of this game. Jack Doyle for 6 for the Indianapolis Colts. Philip Rivers finds a way to put up the first points of this game. Methodical drive all the way down the field. Absolute spectacular performance. Looks a little bit short to me. Are we going to see a second look from our refs? Ooh, it's really short. I don't know, man. It's really close. I have to wait and see. They're going to be lining up for their extra point here. Somebody throw a flag, coach. Get that red flag out of your pocket. Cam Newton, new setting, new atmosphere, needs to get tuned to the offense of the Chargers. Maybe that first drive, that first quarter helped him get into his rhythm while he hits a 15-yard reception to Keenan Allen. Use those weapons. Use those weapons, Cam Newton. You've got a very nice offense out here in LA. Be sure to utilize and spread that ball around as you need to. 2nd and 1, Keenan Allen starting to heat up a little bit too. Austin Eckler going down for 5, down for 2 more. It's going to be a 2nd and 8. Penalty against DeForest Buckner going to bring us all the way into the red zone. The Chargers have an opportunity to match the score of Indianapolis. They need to hit pay dirt here. It's 2 minutes, 42 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Here comes Austin Eckler fighting for yards. A good 4-yard gain or so right there. 5-yard gain by Austin Eckler. Cam Newton starting to heat up here a little bit too. Both quarterbacks needing some time to fully get into rhythm of their offense. Cam Newton is going to try the option. It's not going to work. He's going to get tackled for a -3 yards. Oh, we need to get in there, guys. We need to get in here right now. 2-minute warning has come, and it's time for the Chargers to rally, get this 3rd and long, and punch it in for the score. Cam Newton, 3rd and 8. He's looking. Pressure is there. Austin Eckler's gonna hit it with blockers, and he's gonna pick up the 1st down. Hopefully they give it to him. They're gonna call a timeout. It's gonna be 4th and inches. Will the Chargers go for it, or will they opt for this 4th and short situation? They're gonna take the points here. Oh man, we saw a close 1st down. It wiped away from the Chargers in this drive. In the last drive, we saw a very close touchdown given to the Colts. Something needs to go right for the Chargers in the 2nd half, but we still have a 1:50 to play here in the 1st half for the Indianapolis Colts on their next drive. Here come the Colts with a minute left to play. Joey Bosa in for the sack, followed by a 10-yard reception by T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton slowly moving him up the field. Another sack, this time Melvin Ingram. Those defensive, another sack by Melvin Ingram. 3 sacks this drive by the Chargers, and a fumble recovered by Derwin James. We're back on offense. The Chargers hit Hunter Henry. Incomplete pass by Cam Newton. 2nd and 10. 40 seconds left to go. Keenan Allen, 19-yard reception. We're on the 2-yard line. Let's see if the Chargers can punch it in. 2nd and goal for the Chargers. They need to punch it in. Cam Newton's looking. He's going to take off. Cam Newton's going to take it in himself. Touchdown, Chargers. Cam Newton, brand new quarterback for the LA Chargers, takes it in, Supermaning his way over the goal line, and the Bolts have taken the lead. Cam Newton, sharp on his feet, knows how to pick up yards when the play just isn't there, and he takes it in for the points himself. That's what you want to see in the new LA Chargers offensive scheme. I'm sure Anthony Lynn is smiling ear to ear right now. Impressive drive by the Chargers. 16 seconds left in the 1st half. Let's see how they decide to wrap this up. It's going to be a 3-yard rush by Marlon Mack. They're burning timeouts out here too, trying to get midfield, maybe in position for a field goal. It's not going to happen. We're going to move into the 2nd half. The Chargers lead 10-7, and we're going to start on offense. 7-yard reception by Austin Eckler, using a similar weapon as he had in Carolina with Christian McCaffrey. Cam Newton is all of a sudden on the move, with Austin Eckler hitting yards on the ground as well. We passed midfield. Austin Eckler finally getting in rhythm here too. Getting hit by -3 yards. 3rd and 9. It's gonna be a 3rd and long. Can the Chargers convert? 3rd and 9, Cam Newton, he's looking. You got there Austin Eckler. He's gonna go deep this time, trying to hit Keenan Allen, and it's gonna be well overthrown. It's gonna be a 4th and 9. It's gonna force a punt by LA. Not a bad looking first part of that drive, but it did stall out after passing the 50-yard line. The Bolts punting it away back to Indianapolis. Got to watch out for Phillip Rivers. Once again, 2nd and 4. It's going to pick up the 1st down with Zach Pascal. And once again, dude, Rivers absolutely showing exactly why he is so pivotal to the Indianapolis Colts at this point. You know, only a short-term contract, but he seems to be the missing piece for this offense to operate. 2nd and 12. He's going to get sacked again by former teammate Melvin Ingram. I think 3 sacks this game. Absolutely insane. And they're going to have to punt it back to the Los Angeles Chargers. Austin Eckler back on the ground. We need to hit one big run, man. I want to see Austin Eckler meet his potential. Taylor Gabriel, new acquisition, hitting the 1st down there. Cam Newton taking off on the ground himself as well. Oh my goodness, Hunter Henry with Cam Newton would be so nice, having that similar weapon in Carolina with Greg Olsen. Here comes Hunter Henry once again, 18 yards. Austin Eckler, the Chargers are really heating up. We're getting into field goal range now here. 20-yard reception, and we're back into a moment. Let's see if they can punch this in yet again, maybe even with Cam Newton on the ground. Before they get the chance, the quarter does expire. The Chargers are up 10-7. We're gonna swap sides of the field here and see if the Chargers can punch it in. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Cam Newton, dual threat quarterback. Maybe going to be passing it off here too. Oh, Keenan Allen on the run. Number 29 is going to get in there and absolutely blow it up though. -3 for Keenan Allen. That was Malik Hooker. 5 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss here in this game. He's not looking too bad out there. 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line. The Chargers do need to turn to the air here. Cam Newton gonna get a little bit of time. He's gonna take off. Cam Newton, can he get in? He's gonna get down at the 1-yard line. So close. Superman showing that dual threat ability out here right now. He's going to line up very quickly here. 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. Can the Chargers punch it in? Cam Newton's looking. He's going to hit Austin Eckler. No, it's going to be defended by number 53, Darius Leonard, and Cam Newton almost getting picked off there. Could have cost the Chargers if the ball was turned over at the 1-yard line. Darius Leonard, excellent coverage right there. The Chargers are going to take their 3 and go up 13-7 here at the top of the 4th quarter. The Colts back on offense. The Chargers really need to rally together as a defense. This defense should be performing better than they have this game. But maybe former teammate Philip Rivers is on everybody's mind, trying to figure out a way to stop one of the greats to ever play the game that they're very familiar with. Ryan Kelly, corner or center, getting injured for the Colts on that play. T.Y. Hilton, they're marching down the field. We have to stop a touchdown this drive. Drew Tranquil also going down with injury this drive. Not good. One of the pivotal pieces of our linebacker core. See if the Chargers defense can stop a touchdown here. 3:45 left in this game. Philip Rivers, 2nd and 3, plenty of time on the clock. 16-yard line. He's not going to hand it off. He's looking. Pressure is coming, and he's going to hit his tight end once again, Jack Doyle. Very methodical drive for Philip Rivers. He knows how to use those tight ends. He knows how to use those receivers, and he's gotten himself in position 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line to steal this win. The Chargers need to start thinking about burning timeouts at this point. Madden Sim's a little bit different than normal Madden. 1st and 10. They're not going to hand it off to Marlon Mack. Philip Rivers on the play action. He's going to hit on the outside, out in the back of the end zone. Not even in play. It's going to stop the clock here. 2nd and 10. 3:11 on the clock. 12-yard line. Can the Chargers figure out a way to stop Philip Rivers here? Joey Bosa is going to almost get there, force the pressure and force the incomplete pass. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. Bosa so close to his 2nd sack of this game. The Colts trying to grab themselves a win here. They need a touchdown. They're going to hit Pascal on the 4-yard line. They're going to be short of the score. It's going to be a 4th and 3. Interesting scenario here. Do you go for it or do you take the 3 points? I would say they're probably going to go for this here. 4th and 3. They need a touchdown to take the lead. I think if I were the Colts, this is a must-go-for-it situation. And they do. Philip Rivers lining up under center. Can the Chargers make one final stop right here? Here comes Marlon Mack, and he's going to take it in for the score. The Colts are going to retake the lead here late in the 4th quarter. 2:36 left on the clock, and that hole opened up like the Red Sea for Moses, giving him plenty of room to waltz in over the goal line. This is absolutely tragic. Cam Newton, we're going to have to rely on his ability to make one final move, one final effort, one final drive to reclaim the lead from the Philip Rivers Indianapolis Colts. And here we go. Cam Newton, possibly the final drive on offense for the Chargers. He's going to have to rely on his weapons through the air. Austin Eckler's going to break a tackle, pick up maybe a couple of yards, and it's going to let the clock wind here a little bit. Need to move the ball before the 2-minute warning. Come on, Cam Newton. Snap that ball. Snap that ball, Cam Newton. 2, 1. He's going to get one final play before the 2-minute warning, and he's going to hit, almost getting intercepted, trying to hit Keenan Allen over the middle. It's going to be a 3rd and long. The Chargers need to convert here. Obviously, 4th down situation. They're going to have to go for it if they do not convert here. This could be the game. 3rd and 7. Cam Newton is going to hit Keenan Allen for the 1st down, going down at the 39-yard line. They're going to quick huddle. Here we go. Cam Newton and the Chargers putting it into overdrive now. Cam Newton looking for a target. He's going to take off. Cam Newton on the ground. Go out of bounds, sir. Go out of bounds, sir. He's going to slide down at the 35-yard line. The Colts are forced to take their first timeout. The Chargers can start relying here on the ground game, trying to get some of those timeouts off the board, but very exciting, putting themselves in position to win here. Here goes Austin Eckler, finally fired up. 25-yard line, 1 timeout left for the Indianapolis Colts. The Chargers really just need a couple more plays here on the ground. He's going to hand it off to Austin Eckler once again. Eckler absolutely dominating down the middle of the field. 8-yard line, no timeouts left for the Indianapolis Colts. Run it a couple of times, take your field goal, take this win. The Chargers are very close to clutching their first win of the season against former teammate Philip Rivers. Mike Williams going to get the handoff there on the wide receiver run. Let's keep going, guys. He's going to go no huddle one more time, though. I don't see that. Just try to get time off the clock, and there goes Cam Newton once again. He's going to slide in over the goal line for the Chargers touchdown. Game clock management not quite there right now, but Cam Newton does not care. He's going to take it in for himself. 2 touchdowns on the ground for Cam Newton this game. Super exciting play for the LA Chargers, but they're going to have to rally here on defense. Make sure no big plays come from Phillip Rivers here with the final minute left on the clock in the 4th quarter, but very exciting stuff to look at right here. Cam Newton's going to come out for the 2-point conversion. Obviously, in this situation, you want to be up 21-14 if you can. And here comes Cam Newton. He's going to try running it one more time. He's going to be denied. 19-14 so far with the Chargers and Indianapolis Colts. 1 minute left on the clock. Can the Colts come back to win this game? The Chargers really need to pull in clutch on defense to deny Phillip Rivers his first win as an Indianapolis Colt. Oh, as painful as that is to say. The final drive of the game. Phillip Rivers has been in this situation many times in his career. Is he going to have one of the best comebacks of his career in this Week 1 matchup? So far, looking a little bit rattled. Misses his target on his first pass right there. 2nd and 10, 56 seconds left on the clock here in the 4th at 25-yard line. Phillip Rivers looking for something deep. He's going to hit T.Y. Hilton for a huge gain, but there is a flag on the play, possibly holding on the offense. We're going to take a look at, holding on the offense. It's going to be a 2nd and 20 if the Chargers decide to accept, and they do, thank God. 15-yard line, 51 seconds left. The Chargers looking to stop the Colts from making a huge comeback right here. And it's almost going to get picked off by Derwin James out there in the secondary. 3rd and 20. We're really close to wrapping up this game. Derwin James out there playing linebacker. Can he get enough heat on Phillip Rivers? Here comes Derwin James, and it's going to get picked off by new acquisition, Chris Harris Jr. to seal up this game. Chris Harris absolutely coming out with something to prove. He's played Phillip Rivers for very many years on the Denver Broncos. Comes out here with the LA Chargers, picks off Phillip Rivers, again, as painful as it is, to seal this game. First win for the Chargers and Cam Newton this season. Oh my goodness, so exciting to see these new pieces of the team coming in clutch, coming in play, bringing us a victory in our very first week out here with Cam Newton. So exciting. Austin, we're going to come out here and wrap up this drive, wrap up this game, take a couple of knees, and let's put that 1 on the win column. And as expected, the Chargers kneel for victory. The Colts are going to take their first loss of the season. Honestly, a super exciting game, but the Colts could not stop Cam Newton. And vice versa, I feel like the Colts are really, really nice on offense with Phillip Rivers. Gonna be a really nasty opponent to look out for in the 2020 IRL season. But in this Madden simulation, 187 yards for Phillip Rivers, 158 for Cam Newton, and plenty of yards on the ground too, 116 for the Chargers. The Bolts taking their first victory behind Cam Newton back into the tunnel. Super excited to get into this Week 2 matchup already on their minds. Let's take a look at some of the statages from this game, man. Phillip Rivers, once again, 187 and a touchdown. Cam Newton, no touchdowns through the air, but 158 yards. Where he's going to carve you up here is on the ground. Austin Eckler, 71 yards on 21 attempts. Gonna have to pick up that number here a little bit. Marlon Mack, 59 with 1 score. Cam Newton, 48 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns with his feet. Absolutely spectacular performance on the ground from Cam Newton, but he's going to have to figure something out through the air, try and get some touchdowns through the air with his elite receivers he has here in LA. Taking a look at receiving, Jack Doyle. Phillip Rivers loves his Jack Doyle. His tight end, 67 yards and a score. Keenan Allen, 6 for 80. Pascal, 34, 5 for 34. T.Y. Hilton, 4 for 25. Austin Eckler getting involved as expected, 3 for 18. And then Hunter Henry, 3 for 40. Cam Newton loving himself some tight ends like he had back in Carolina with Greg Olsen. So honestly, very, very nice first outing. Let's just take a final look here at the defense. Darius Leonard leading in tackles. I should be tied with tackles here at 6. 3 sacks for Melvin Ingram, his first game out here this season. DeForest Buckner with 1 and Joey Bosa with 1 as well, with 1 half shared between Teamer and Desmond King. So very exciting stuff. And then interceptions, obviously, we got Chris Harris Jr. to seal the game. Well, our first win of the season comes with some exciting play from Cam Newton. Excited to see what happens with this team. Guys, let me know in the comment section below Do you enjoy these kind of simulation videos? I figured I want to do something as close to football as possible, try and get my announcer skills up a little bit so these can have higher quality in the future. But let me know in the comment section again if you guys enjoy these. We'll see about how long we want to continue this series. I'm not quite sure how long I want to take it myself, but at the same time, I think it's fun. I think it's an entertaining watch, and it's really fun to see what the Chargers would look like with Cam Newton. Well, guys, thank you so much again for joining me. If you guys like this, hit us up with a like and sub. The small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. We are over 13,000 subscribers, and I am so grateful to you guys for helping me get there. Guys, thank you again so much for joining me. This has been The Director, and as always, stay frosty.